Hello students, welcome to the 8th video lecture on the topic surface chemistry. In last video, we were discussing preparation of colloids. So you know that colloid is a heterogeneous system containing two phases. One is dispersed phase and another is dispersion medium. The size of colloidal particle is in between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. The particles of colloidal solution cannot be seen by any microscope. So yesterday we saw oxidation and reduction method for the preparation of colloidal solution. We also studied what is lyophilic sol and what is lyophobic sol. So lyophilic means solvent loving and lyophobic means solvent hating. One more point, there was mistake made by me in last video. You may correct it. For coagulation of lyophilic sol, large amount of electrolyte is required. And for coagulation or precipitation of lyophobic colloid, small amount of electrolyte is required. So first, today we are going to study hydrolysis method, double decomposition method, Bradig's arc method, peptidization method for the preparation of colloid. Then we are going to study purification of colloid, and after that I am going to explain general properties of colloids. So we shall discuss one by one. So first point, hydrolysis. Ferric chloride when hydrolyzed with water, we get ferric hydroxide colloid. Colloidal solution of ferric hydroxide is obtained by hydrolysis of ferric chloride. It is simple method. Second method, double decomposition. Here aqueous solution of arsenic oxide is taken, As2O3, and aqueous solution of H2S is added. Double decomposition takes place. Oxidation and reduction both takes place, and here we get arsenic sulfide in colloidal form. So this is double decomposition method. Then the next method, the heading I have written here, electrical dispersion by Bradig's arc method. So try to understand colloidal solution of gold, silver, platinum, etc. is prepared by this method. Colloidal solution of gold, silver, platinum is prepared by this method. The substance to be dispersed is taken in the form of electrodes. Suppose we want to prepare gold sol. Here these are two gold electrodes. These electrodes are dipped in dispersion medium. Water is the dispersion medium. The vessel is covered with freezing mixture. The vessel is covered with freezing mixture. Mixture of ice and common salt is called freezing mixture. An electric current of high voltage is passed through these two electrodes. An electric current of high voltage is passed through these two electrodes. An electric arc is struck between these two electrodes. An electric arc is struck between these two electrodes. Due to high temperature of electric arc, the tips of the electrode gets evaporated. The tips of the electrode gets evaporated and condensed to the particles of colloidal size So here we get the colloidal solution of gold. In this process, vaporization and condensation takes place. Condensation takes place due to surrounding freezing mixture. So in this way, colloidal solution of silver, gold or platinum is prepared by electrical dispersion known as Bradig's arc method. After explaining this, I am going to explain next method, peptidation. Look here, the freshly prepared, the freshly prepared precipitate can be converted into colloidal size by addition of small amount of electrolyte. This process is known as peptidation. The process in which freshly prepared precipitate is converted into colloidal size by shaking with dispersion medium in presence of small amount of electrolyte is called peptidation. The electrolyte is known as peptidizing agent. The precipitate formed adsorbed one of the ion of electrolyte on its surface. The precipitate formed adsorbs one of the electrolyte on its surface and it becomes charged. Due to presence of positive or negative charge, the precipitate breaks and particles of colloidal size are produced. This process is known as peptidation. I repeat once again, the process in which freshly prepared precipitate can be converted into colloidal size by shaking with dispersion medium in presence of suitable electrolyte is called peptidation. The electrolyte is called peptidizing agent. So this is about preparation of colloidal solution. After these methods, I am going to explain next point, that is purification of colloids. The impurities present in colloid are purified by the process of purification. There are three methods of purification of colloids. One is called dialysis, another is called electrodialysis, and third is called ultra purification. So try to understand here. I write dialysis, electrodialysis, ultrafiltration. These are the methods used for the purification of colloids. Colloids contain soluble impurities as well as colloids contain excess amount of electrolyte. You know that small amount of electrolyte is sufficient for the stabilization of colloid. If excess electrolyte is present in the colloid, then it coagulates colloidal solution. So what is coagulation or what is precipitation of colloid, that we are going to learn in after 2-3 videos. So for time being, you remember, if excess electrolyte is present in colloidal solution, then it causes precipitation or coagulation of colloid. Therefore, there is a need of purification of colloid. So first I am going to explain the process of dialysis. Here is one vessel. I represent this is one vessel. Through this end, water is passed, and through this end, water is taken out. So here I represent a membrane. Vegetable membrane or any suitable membrane. Colloidal solution containing impurities is taken in this membrane. These are colloidal particles. The impurities present in this solution are represented by red colored particles. These are impurities. So we want to purify colloid. So I told you colloids contain some soluble impurities as well as in the form of electrolyte. The colloidal solution is taken in a bag of suitable membrane and it is suspended in dialyzer. The apparatus used for dialysis is known as dialyzer. So this is dialyzer. Water is circulated through this dialyzer. So I represent here water. So water is circulated through this dialyzer. So the back of membrane containing colloidal solution is suspended in a vessel through which water is continuously circulated. Here what happens, you try to understand. Look here, the particles of electrolyte are soluble impurities or insoluble impurities. The particles of insoluble impurities diffuse through this membrane and pure colloidal solution is remained in this bag of membrane. The impurities, water plus electrolyte, is removed through this outlet. So the level of impurity is decreased in the process of dialysis. So remember, very simple method used for the purification of dialysis. इलेक्ट्रोडायलिसिस हा शब्द तुम्ही ऐकलेला असेल. हे पहा, इम्प्युअर ब्लड प्युरिफिकेशन करण्यासाठी हॉस्पिटलमध्ये इलेक्ट्रोडायलिसिस करतात. द प्रोसेस इज फास्ट. द ब्लड इज प्युरिफाईड बाय इलेक्ट्रोडायलिसिस. त्यानंतर अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन. हे पहा, अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशनमध्ये वेगवेगळे मेम्ब्रेन वापरून किंवा वेगवेगळे पेपर्स वापरून अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन करतात आणि कोलाइडचं प्युरिफिकेशन करतात. एवढंच तुमच्याकडून अपेक्षित आहे. हे एक्सप्लेन केल्यानंतर मी पुढचा पॉइंट एक्सप्लेन करतो. जनरल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ कोलाइड्स. हे पहा, कोलायडल पार्टिकल जे आहेत त्यांचा साईज 1 नॅनोमीटर टू 10⁻³ नॅनोमीटर इतका आहे. द फर्स्ट पॉइंट आय वॉन्ट टू एक्सप्लेन filtrability. Try to understand. Colloidal particles readily diffuse through filter paper because the pore size of filter paper is greater than colloidal size. The colloidal particles cannot diffuse readily through parchment paper or vegetable membrane because the pore size of membrane is smaller than colloidal size. So this is about filtrability. The second point I am going to explain molecular weight. So you know that colloidal particles are formed by aggregation of large number of atoms, molecules or ions. Therefore, colloidal particles have high molecular mass or molecular weight. Third property I am going to explain, osmotic pressure. You know that osmotic pressure is a colligative property, and colligative property depends upon number of particles present in the solution. So colloidal particles are formed by aggregation of large number of atoms, molecules or ions. Therefore The number of colloidal particles is small in colloidal solution. Therefore, colloidal solution have low osmotic pressure. Low osmotic pressure. After explaining this, I explain fourth point. Color of colloidal solution. So you know that colloidal solutions are colored. Colloidal solutions are colored, and color of the colloidal solution is due to scattering of light by colloidal particle. Scattering of light by colloidal particle. The color of colloidal solution also depends upon size of colloidal particle. Size of colloidal particle. Simplest example, the clear sky appears blue because the colloidal particles present in the sky scatter blue colored light. That is why the clear sky appears blue. One more example I want to tell you. Finest gold sol, which has small particle size, is red in color. Finest gold sol, which has smaller particle size, is red in color. But if the particle size increases, then the color of gold sol becomes purple or blue. So these are the points that I want to explain in today's video. Thanks for watching video till the end. We shall discuss some new points of colloids in next period or in next video. Thank you so much.